not really sure if this is going to work. Not because of the homeless guy, but because this keeps skipping. So, American politics. Collectivist thought versus individualist thought. So we have all these lovely people here. This group on the left and this group on the right. And they collect all these different beliefs. And they basically just consolidate normal everyday beliefs that belong to normal everyday people, and they say, if you disagree with one of my beliefs, you agree with my enemy. If you agree with one of these beliefs, then you just agree with one of my enemies, or disagree. All or nothing, that's what I'm saying. Speaking. But then you have all these other people around here, and they have all their beliefs, and they have all their beliefs for different reasons. And they don't really care more, why Bill over here disagrees with John, or Jessica, or Jamal, or Shaniqua, or Maria, or Jose. They just want to go on with their lives, and they just want normal everyday thought processes and normal everyday action. Someone's screaming. Fuck. I think I'm in a homeless jerk off spot. I really wouldn't put it as something that would happen to me. Okay. Like the political spectrum, as perceived by the public, is a left-right paradigm. So we have here is a line right down the middle, and if you fall even here, then your enemy is right here. And this line, left versus right, has on the far left ideologists, which make up about 15% of the population. And on the far right, over here, we have, once again, ideologists. And these people are the same collectivist thinkers that I was talking about, with the collectivist thought versus the individualist thought. And it really doesn't matter what you do, as long as you have this line right in the middle, you're going to end up with batshit people screaming at nutso people. My way or the highway, all or nothing. So these people are basically just at each other's throats all the time, and then you have all these sane people right here in the middle, not doing a fucking thing. But the reality of the situation is, these are the people who are actually doing things. These people don't do shit. They're fucking nuts. But these people don't want to get in a monkey fight. Because that's what happens in American politics. You have batshit people and nutso people in a monkey fight. It doesn't really fucking matter who wins, because everyone ends up covered in shit. So, it's just... that is, American politics. And that's why we have the 2016 election that started way too early and is now lasting way too long. And Nazis, really? Come on now. Nazis. Really? Is that something that we want in the news? Why wouldn't we focus on other things? This is really well done. I'm glad that you're not watching this. A more realistic political spectrum here. It's a more realistic political spectrum. So right here we have it's not left or right. This is a whole just a myriad of reasons why people believe what they believe and what they want what they want. At the end of the day, what's more important is their actual problems and actually how to solve them, not the thought processes behind it or the ideology of, well, what's an overall way to solve all this fucking bullshit that, you can't even watch the news anymore, not for any reason other than the price of ammo has just gone up so high that I can't take it, and I can't afford to shoot myself. I mean, what would happen if they came and found me in my apartment? What was that? Oh, it's a grasshopper. having fun. Sweet. That's cool. What a great day. It is actually very nice out in my jerk-off spot. Not my jerk-off spot, the homeless jerk-off spot. I could use it, but I don't want a skeeter bite on my pecker. That would just be awful. So, and this is a more realistic view of the political spectrum, and it makes a lot. This is how it actually is, and it really doesn't matter. You know, it doesn't matter if this person has the same basic problem as this person, or if this person has the same basic need or want or hope in life as this person, because these people are always going to be able to shout them down. You know what I'm saying? So this line here is unnecessary. It's a perspective. It's a perspective thing. So rather than worry about, thoughts, ideologies, and overall all-encompassing decisions, why don't we change ideology to action? So rather than the collectivist thought overtaking everybody and dominating all discussion, action. Problems and solutions. Not necessarily how we're going to get all this done, but what is an actual problem we have. So if you change focus from thought and ideology to action, it puts the individualist in focus. It puts all the folks that are actually accomplishing things and not, doing Nazi shit and anti-Nazi shit, because you're all just a bunch of fucking morons, and it's really obnoxious. So basically, ideology doesn't really matter as much as action. And if someone really wants to dominate the discussion and dominate the political discourse, well, shouldn't they have something to show for it? Possibly one provable decision. That I didn't say that right. One provable. The Democrats own every single city in this nation, the big ones. The Republicans own all rural areas in this nation. They don't really need Washington, D.C. to make changes. But somehow they manage to just fuck that up every single fucking day. And West Virginia blames Chicago, and Chicago blames Indiana, and Indiana blames Detroit, and Northern Michigan blames everybody. And so everyone's pointing fingers across the fucking aisle to people that really don't have any say over your lives. So if we were to focus on things that we could take care of on the local level, well, I mean, what are some things that individualists can agree on? And this is all stuff that can be handled locally. Healthcare. Bust up monopolies. Fuck those assholes. Insurance co-ops and insurance credit unions. I mean, at the end of the day, you cannot set a maximum. You can't set a maximum profit of 20% or whatever fucking stupid shit they did on an industry like the health insurance industry, while allowing monopolies to form on the state level. Because of course, the end result is going to be higher prices, because that's how you get a higher profit when you have a 20% cap. So get rid of the fucking cap and go to community-based insurance system, which isn't forcing anybody, and it doesn't make anyone partake in a bloated government system. Take, for instance, I'm on probation and I'm an alcoholic, a pretty severe one, and they have Vivitrol. I can get a shot. I can get a shot that makes alcohol not work on me, but it costs $1,500 a month. I was talking to a nurse having a smoke outside the probation department, and she said, "Well, I don't know why it went up from $500 a month to $1,500." And my PO said, "Well, why don't you get on Medicaid?" Well, let me guess. Medicaid will pay $1,500 a month for Vivitrol. So that's what the price is going to be. It's just that kind of fucking shit that no one wants to deal with the fucking government for healthcare, because these are just fucking morons. Foster care system. That is an embarrassment. The number of kids who grew up to be sex workers, felons, drug addicts, just falling through the cracks on an everyday basis is not only damning. It's just not only damning on the foster care system, it is absolutely embarrassing to our country and just any reasonable person watch statistics be born every fucking day. So rather than have all these little fucking kids out in all these different little fucking houses, why don't we reinstitute the orphanage? We already have the money. We're spending money on each one of these kids. Why not just take a public building, throw some bunk beds in there, paint the walls with fucking kid shit, and call it a fucking day? You know, the orphanage, they put them all in one spot. You have a whole bunch of people more than willing to take care of these kids and look after them, you know. And if they're in one spot, fuck, that'll take care of them. You know how much easier that would be, you know? Cost of living. Reevaluate the property tax. Now, I'm in the midst of mind-fucking property tax, and it is locational. It's not value-based. If property can be an investment and property can be not an investment, at the end of the day, what's most important for the property tax is who it goes to, and that's to the community, which makes the property tax a community tax, not a bludgeon to kick out every goddamn poor person every time you feel like putting up a skyscraper, motherfuckers. Anyway, we need to reevaluate the property tax and put it on a tiered system that differentiates between an investor and a non-investor when it comes to the property. And we can't just accept the property tax as how it is, especially when the property tax was instituted in what? 19th century. Most people did not use homes as an investment until what? 85? 1980? So, I mean, with change, you have to reevaluate things like the property tax. Schools and public institution reform. Immunity from civil suits. If I go out and I fucking stab your cousin and that motherfucker dies, shiv him, you know? Do you get to sue me and everyone I know and everyone I've ever met for millions of dollars? No, this isn't a payday. Make all public institutions immune from civil suits and make them criminally responsible for any wrongdoing. And that would clear up so many problems. And these are things that happen at your local level, my local level, your local level, everybody's local level. Welfare reform, consolidation of WIC, Social Security, EBT, disability, and a staggered pay schedule. So not everything coming in through on the first of the month, because that's just not, that's how food deserts form. You can't have that kind of stress on the community. Now, I understand and appreciate that a lot of these different welfare type things and benefit type things happen at different levels. Some at local, some at state, some at federal. So if you had one system or one department per community, per state, that all this money flows into, and then you deal with it. You could set up a staggered payment schedule. You could that would ease the food desert situation. You would there's just a lot that can be done there. You would get rid of about 4 to 8 worthless fucking departments, save money while doing it. The conservatives would be happy. The liberals would be happy. There'd be a lot more, you know, people with the system. And on top of that, why are we taxing poor people on sin taxes and the sales tax? Why wouldn't we have a system where someone could bring in their receipts and say, hey, I pay taxes here, and I'm on welfare currently? Why are we taxing them? Why don't we put that money into an account for them that operates like a 401k that they could draw from in case of emergency, or even a holiday? Fucking get the kids some toys. Why are they paying taxes? If the welfare folks had to keep their receipts and check their sin taxes and their sales tax every week or every month, that would promote budgeting. I mean, little things like that would just go a long way, and you don't need to be taxing those folks for such like that. Alternatives for mortgages, building bonds, building bonds. You could build an apartment complex with bonds that would double the bond's maturity would double. You do it for $4.5 million for 180. I have it. Okay. Well, maybe I don't have it. I wrote it down. You could make $25,000 per unit, and someone pays $50,000 for, which in 21 years would be $50,000, $200 a month. You could put all the low-income folks, not all of them, single moms, old people, shit like that. You could have them in one building, paying for a place they can afford at $200 a month. That is not fixed. It's an ownership. It's a system of ownership with a with sort of an HOA fee for upkeep and such. Anyway, collectivist thought versus individualist thought. Let's stop letting the fucking loonies take over everything and have their, I don't really give a shit about fucking, the fucking Nazis or the fucking Harvard douchebags. I want some reasonable, effective, and actionable solutions, I mean, fuck. A lot can happen at your local level and not an election year. So, anyway. Oh! The United Labour Party. A whale, a sperm whale, because one of the main goals of the United Labour Party is to map the ocean floor via the United States Navy. And unlike other political parties, who shall remain nameless, they're not going to go charging headlong to their goals and destroying everything in their path like an elephant, or blindly kicking backwards like a jackass. A whale is a more proper emblem. It's strong enough to withstand the tide, but fluid enough to go with the flow. And that is what you need for long-term community growth, long-term community investment, and long-term America. Long term. Let's stop this communist bullshit. Fuck these commies. Fuck. Join the United Labour Party. It's full of deadbeats at the moment, hanging out in a homeless jerk-off spot. So, have a good day.